Hello everyone, this is Aaron again with another review. Today we're looking at the Kalibergun Cricket in 22 caliber. It's made in the Czech Republic. This gun is very special to me because this was the gun that I was going to buy before I made my final decision on getting the FX Wildcat. And so for quite some time I wanted to get my hands on one of these so that I can compare the two to see if I made the right decision. So today will be a good opportunity for me to see both guns close up and personal and make some decisions on where they stand in terms of my purchase that I may be glad I made or sad I didn't make in that regard. Well, let me just say this for the outset. This is a gun on loan from Ken again, and this gun was tuned by Ernest Rowe, so I expect it to shoot lights out. It comes with a match grade barrel, I'm told, that's made in the Czech Republic by a very well-known barrel maker there. The gun is regulated and it can be adjusted from the regulator. That's a nice thing about it, and that you can get the speed down to whatever you need, or up to whatever you need it to, and you can do your own tuning at home because of that. It has a one-piece tooled aluminum magazine. And as you can see here, it has space for 4 magazines. So if you're hunting, everything's right there on board. Take out a magazine runs out, pop it down, pop a new one in it. I really do like that feature. That really sets it high in terms of my opinion of this gun. That's one of the pluses of having this particular gun. Now each magazine holds 14 pellets. So as you can see, that's well over 50 shots that you're going to have before you have to even mess around with trying to put a pellet inside another magazine, which is, I think, is really, really good. The field port on this gun is up front and it's spring loaded. I don't like that too much because it's really tightly spring loaded, and so when you pull it out, you got to hold it out again to get the probe in, and so that can be a little touchy for me in terms of having to use both hands to get that probe into position. And it comes with Picatinny rails, and I really do like that on all the guns. I love them much more than the dovetails. The tank on this gun is 280 cc, and I'm told it can be filled to 4,500 psi, but it's recommended that you not exceed 3,500 just to save on the wear and tear of the cylinder and the O-rings that are inside. It also has featured in it a slow feel, and I wish this was on more guns. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I ever saw it. When you get ready to fill this gun, there is actually an adapter in there that slows down the speed of feel. So it allows it to go right up. You guys know who feel it. Sometimes you turn that thing on too fast, that needle really starts to move, and that puts a lot of wear and tear on the cylinder also. So I think that's a really, really good good feature of the gun, to have that regulated, so to speak. Now this thing comes out shooting hot. Okay, it really does. Matter of fact, Ken has told me I could turn it down if I want to, but I don't know if I want to touch that. But it comes out of the box shooting at between 930 and 940 feet per second. Now that's really, really fast, I think, for a 22. You may not think so, but other reviews I've seen and other people I've talked to have said that about 880 feet per second really stabilize that pellet over the longer range and the shorter ranges. So if you do get one, you might want to get it dialed back down to about 880s instead of the 900s. Also, in dialing it back, you're going to also find that it will shoot 15.89 pellets at about 920. And that would be, that should be right up there. That's a lighter pellet, but an 18 grain traveling at that speed, I think, is a little fast. I'm told that if you fill this thing to 3,500 psi, that you're going to get about 65 good shots out of it. And I think that's a really, really good range. That's enough to go through all of these pellets, all of these 4 magazines that you have back there. Now, it does have an aftermarket hammer adjuster back here, where you can get it and you can actually adjust the hammer. That's going to also help in tuning the gun. So between this hammer adjustment back here and also the regulator that is inside that can be adjusted, you can get this gun to shoot down to whatever range or whatever speed you would like to in terms of the type of shooting that you want to do. The trigger is a 2-stage trigger, and the trigger is really nice. I like the trigger on this thing, especially for a bullpup. And notice there's a linkage in here going all the way back here. If you can get this thing down to about 1 pound, it's going to break like glass. It's going to be a really smooth pull. But you do have to, I think you do have to take the gun apart in order to get to that trigger to make those adjustments on it. Last thing I want to talk about is the shroud on this gun. I'm told, I haven't shot it yet, I'm told that this gun is very quiet and backyard friendly. I'm really hoping that is the case because my neighbors are home and it needs to be quiet today if it's not quiet again, but we'll talk about that when we bring it back in. Right now we're going to take this thing outside and we're going to shoot it against my 22 Wildcat, and we're going to see how they fare, and come back in and talk a little bit more about the gun and closing remarks, and move on and let you know what I think of the two guns. So let's take it outside and see what she can do. Well, there it is. Let me talk a little bit about what happened in the yard in terms of the shooting before I go into my choice of these two guns and why. Don't need to go over this too much. You guys saw it in the yard. Basically, I'm going to call this a tie. This is why I'm going to do it. You may say that except for one errant shot over there on the FX Wildcat, there was hole on hole, and it was. This could have easily been hole on hole too, but this trigger is not set for me. I know this gun. I know my FX Wildcat. In terms of shooting, I know it's every mood. So I'm going to always shoot that gun pretty good because I had it. But this gun here is the first time I ever shot it, and I was able to get hole on hole pellets with all 3 shots. So both guns are very capable of stacking pellets at 30 yards and probably at 50. It'll be interesting to know what they do at 100. I know I've seen both guns in review shot out to 100, and I've seen the Cricket do some remarkable things, but I've also seen the Wildcat do some incredible things. But now down to the aesthetics. As I said, you know, I own this gun, and this is one from Ken's collection. But in this particular case, I would have to go with the Wildcat, and this is why. Wildcat is lighter, and I like that about the Wildcat. The finish on it in terms of the stock, I like the feel of it. It feels textile. It really feels softer than it actually is. It almost feels like a rubber compared to this. You know this is a hard plastic. In terms of the cocking lever, I really like the cocking lever being up by the trigger so I can cock it really fast without coming off target. This one you have to reach all the way back here to cock it, pop, and let it go and shoot again and back here again. And that's a little off-putting when you have to go back that far. I do like here though that this is a Picatinny rail versus the dovetail that is on the Wildcat. But overall, in terms of these guns, at 30, they're both capable of hole on hole. At 30, as you've seen. At 50, I'm pretty sure they're close to that. It'd be interesting to see what they could do at 100. But there are other videos out there where I've seen that people have shot them out to 100. So you can take a look at those videos, and if you are trying to decide between the two guns or decide on a gun to see what might work best in that regard. But for the most part, I'm pleased with my Wildcat, and I would have been just as pleased if I ordered this gun and now I was reviewing this gun, because both of them are capable of doing what they want. The things I like are things that are aesthetic. But when it comes to lay it down range, both these guns can do it and do it well, and they're comparable in price. So that's our review for today, and hopefully we'll be getting back to you very soon with another review of another outstanding gun. Keep it safe.